Well, hello everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically well from a bit of a gloomy Robin Hood's Bay today. What a wonderful place this is. Honestly, if you can get yourself out to the East Coast, it is well worth it, everyone. But yeah, we're going to be speaking a little bit about Leeds United today, as a dog tries to attack me. And probably if I'm walking through here with a phone like this, people are going to be a little bit confused as to what I'm doing, which does happen quite a bit when I go on these walks. But I hope you enjoy them. Do you enjoy the little walks around I do, everybody? Let me know in the comment section below as I nearly enter someone's garden on private land. But yeah, we're back here with another little bit of conversation, another little bit of discourse and discussion when it comes to Leeds United. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, comment and subscribe. We had a video out yesterday, video out the day before, and we're going to get back to normality. Tomorrow we'll have the counterpoint, we'll have your rumour mill as well. And basically, we're just going to be discussing everything Leeds United. So, what do I want to discuss today? So, Jose Mourinho has just taken charge of Fenerbahce, and we're going to get into exactly why that could be a problem for Leeds United in just a second. But to start off the rumour mill today, everybody, Charlie Cresswell is attracting interest from 3 clubs, 2 German clubs, according to reports, and a French top league club as well. The price is set to be £3 million to prize him away from Ellen Road. Now, is this enough, do you think? And £3 million, like, we could do a lot worse than Charlie Cresswell, but I think it's right that Leeds are getting the business done early. We've heard about Elia Gruev, we've heard about Charlie Cresswell. I think it's really imperative, even if it is Matteo Joseph, which would crush my small heart if he was to leave. But I think it's really imperative right now that Leeds United get the fees for these players and they get them early. As I speak to you guys, it's Sunday the 9th. Tomorrow, the transfer window opens for EFL clubs. And it's absolutely paramount that Leeds United are getting deals done. You know, players are going tomorrow. You know, we've had the retained list out relatively late, to be fair, when it comes to standards of other clubs in and around. But, you know, the Euros is coming around the corner. I think transfer business is going to quell. It's going to dwell a little bit. It's not going to be as sort of steamy and as exciting as we all think it's going to be in the first month. I think it's going to be a little bit dim. I don't think it's going to be as sort of like quick. So I think getting these deals done before the Euros, which starts in 4 or 5 days, is going to be really key as well. You know, getting your Charlie sold, you know, getting your players out on loan, maybe your Joe Gelharts and stuff like that, and maybe just getting your transfer targets, you know, done really quickly. I want to see Leeds do aggressive business this window. I think it's absolutely imperative that we do it. We leave stuff to the back end way too much when we're coming to transfer windows, and we hear from the CEOs, the club owners, and all this sort of stuff that we're going to be assertive and aggressive in transfer windows, but Leeds leave it constantly till the last minute, and that's got to change, I think. And I think with your style of aggression in these sort of scenarios, in these windows, you really get an understanding, for me, of how the club is going to be throughout the season. Are we going to be aggressive? Are we going to be assertive when it comes to managerial decisions, when it comes to maybe managerial replacements? Hopefully that doesn't happen. But, you know, you really get a sense of how the club is going to go about things by how they act in the transfer window, for me. Obviously, Valencia's been announced as a pre-season friendly. We've had 2 others as well. And, you know, Leeds just need the kits coming out very, very soon as well. And we'll just see how Leeds are going to go about this. But Jose Mourinho, why is he going to be a potential massive problem? Well, Mourinho worked with Joe Rodon at Tottenham Hotspur. Apparently, they had a very good working relationship. In previous interviews for Tottenham Hotspur, Rodon has spoken about Jose Mourinho being a very good coach for him. And obviously, Mourinho has got the Fenerbahce job, which will just be passion in itself. And it looks like, according to several reports this morning, that Mourinho could be a big problem for Leeds now, because obviously, you know, Fenerbahce always fighting for the league, always fighting for the top prizes, always in Europe because of this as well. And they just missed out 99 points last season. And it looks like this window, their big transfer, according to some reports this morning, is going to be Joe Rodon. They're going to go for him alone with a view to a permanent signing, or a permanent signing is being discussed at this moment in time, but a loan to a view to a permanent would make a lot more sense. Now, then it comes down to Joe, you know, the working relationships that he built up at Leeds United when it came to the Welsh contingent that he's always working with, you know, international duty, but club level as well. Dan James, Ethan Ampadu, his best friends in football for his own self-admittance. How much of a factor does that play? Well, it plays a massive factor in someone's decision. I do think Leeds are going to be after him. I do think we've got to trust the process regarding that. It's probably going to be another loan again, but an obligation as well, you know, to maybe sign in the guy. But you've got to look at it from Joe Rodon's standpoint. He's 25, 26 years of age. He could play in Europe. You know, it's going to be a completely different environment for him. Now, you guys might think this is absolutely mental, but there is a bit of a and understanding that in and around Leeds, Joe Rodon isn't the brightest colour in the box, which was sort of highlighted by Michael Bridges on a very interesting interview that he did with LUTV and Connor Roberts. Now, you do wonder if that's going to play into it. Now, stay with me here. This isn't a sort of loose link, but if he's not that ambitious, if he's not that interested in learning another language or another culture, Leeds could be a really, really easy option for Joe Rodon. He's already built relationships here. He's established contacts. It's easy for him. You know, when you're looking at him at this level, he's a better player than this level. We all know that. It's evident. It's pretty clear. So what would he do? What would be the easy option for him? Well, the easy option would be to stay in England. Now, then we have a discussion about, is there going to be a Crystal Palace or one of the newly promoted teams, which I'm really surprised hasn't been linked to him. Ipswich, I thought would be an obvious one, you know, not too far from London. It is a Premier League club now. They've got a good financial structure. They're not going to be in any danger whatsoever of PSR. And Burgess and Wolfenden at the back are just two poor defenders at this level. So a Joe Rodon would be interesting. But then if you're Ipswich, do you want to go for a proper Premier League proven back two? You probably do. Because in the Premier League, would Joe Rodon survive? And that's another conversation we have to have if we are to get him on a permanent. Would he survive in the Premier League? It is a ruthless league, and we've seen the odd mistake from Joe this year, which will be ruthlessly punished. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh there, but we know the standard of the Premier League far surpasses that of the Championship. So I think with a lot of these signings, you've got to look at the long-term view as well. But the beauty about this is you've got a kind of experienced head who can still develop. He's only 26 years of age. And I think the investment in Joe Rodon would be a really good one. I think another centre-back needs to come in. I've mentioned Nathan Woods, Ashley Phillips. You build up that relationship with Tottenham Hotspur. Bringing in Ashley Phillips as a rotation option, or an Andrew Obamidele from Nottingham Forest, would be a top signing, top rotation and top quality at this level. And it really would indicate straight away Leeds have gone out, we've been aggressive, we've been assertive, and we mean business. So I think Mourinho could be a little bit of a problem for Leeds here, because he is the establishment right now when it comes to Leeds United's defensive rearguard. Joe Rodon, he's only been here a year, but it feels like he is the constant because he's been here, he's played for 50 games. Leeds need to get him tied down for me. They need to get him tied down, even if it's a loan, for a view to a permanent. I just think that spine's so important. And when you've got Ampadu in the midfield, you've got Rodon at the back, you've got a dodgy keeper who needs replacing, and there's a little bit of conversation within the attacking strain. You know, who do we start as your number 9? Do we go out and get a number 9? The spine of the team is almost, you know, 2/4 or 50%, I should say. 50% of the side seems to be solid with Rodon and Ampadu in that spine. The other 50% needs sorting out really when it comes to Leeds United. So what we don't want is that to turn into 75% that needs addressing when it comes to the spine, because it's such a huge, important facet of a football starting 11, isn't it? So let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. What would you do regarding Joe Rodon? Are you a bit panicked about this? Is Jose Mourinho going to come and swoop our talisman away? Let me know in the comment section below. See you soon.